Well, the action here at Bowhunt or Die is still hot and heavy. Justin and I are both back from Wyoming, and what a great trip, Justin.
It was awesome. I mean,
It was more than awesome.
We saw more deer in 3 or 4 days of hunting out there.
3 years maybe?
Yeah, we'll see in years of hunting here at home in Illinois. So, I mean, what a great time. It's just good to sometimes get out, do something different, go to a new state, hang out with your friends, rattle, call. Like, it was awesome, man. Your hunt was pretty intense.
I had a great time. I mean, I am so glad that we got soaked to the bone and rained out within the first 2 hours of that first hunt, because it forced us to get the car, dry up, and go do something different. So join Paul and I as we rattle in and have some fun with some bucks. Well, good morning, guys. It's a little dark right now, but Paul and I just showed up at our first spot. We're going to be hunting here in Wyoming, so we're going to, we got a nice double set all hung and ready to go. These guys have been seeing some nice bucks working through this area, so we're going to grab our gear, slide in here. First time I've ever been able to hunt with Paul. Looking forward to this. I've always been jealous watching Sturgill get out there and hunt with them. So Justin's running with Dustin this morning. So here goes, guys. First day in Wyoming. We're just out to have a good time. Figured we'd try something different this year. We're going to grab our gear, we're going to slip in here, and hopefully we're going to rattle ourselves in a nice Wyoming buck. Let's see what happens.
This wind's cranking about 20 miles an hour. It's raining right now. Paul and I decided to hit these antlers together hard. We're going to see if we can drag anything in here or pull anything in here. If not, we're not going to sit here and get soaked and wet. We're going to pull out and shift to another spot. That's the beauty of it out there. Just kind of shift your moves. Get it off. You did. This will be cool. We just hit the ground. We had that buck right here, 10 yards. We're getting ready and trying to get out of the tree because there's no sense in getting wet on the first day. So,
Well, plus the camera gets soaked.
oh, the camera's getting soaked, yeah. But who's going everywhere?
There's a buck. He said, "We just not messing with me in the first day."
Look down, he was right in front of us. We're gonna get out of here. We'll come back and hunt the spot again. There's deer everywhere. Right now, it's too wet.
This is how we like to do it.
Money, we're set up. Let's go. Got the wind right. Let's go. We're not going for water here. Nice little. We're gonna do some rattling and some cutting and stuff, and see if we can pull that big boy off the hill somewhere. Hopefully he's within earshot of him. We can honestly just set up anywhere. It doesn't have to be perfect. is our second set here in Wyoming. The first set we kind of got rained out on, but boy, we had a great time. I mean, they paid off this morning. We crashed them together and had multiple bucks come in. We're getting ready to leave, and Paul's like, "Hey, there's one right below us." And no kidding, there really was. I thought he was pulling my leg. But this is a giant that we just saw from the truck. We grabbed the decoy. We think he went around this bend. We're going to try this first draw on this backside. Then we're going to try to sneak around to the other side. So we're going to try to do a couple sets in here. We're going to start off rattling and see if we can pull one in. This is a giant if we can get him on film. I don't even care if we kill him. I would just love to film him for you. Let's see what we can do. All right, boys, we're ready. That's been our third set for rattling. You know, we know this monster came. We think he came around this backside, but now we're starting to double think this. We're thinking maybe he just stayed on that face and Paul couldn't see him good enough. So neither could I. But we're gonna go up here a little more. Try it one more time without the decoy.
Alright, we're trying to sneak up on a hot doe and like 4 bucks right now, so we've got about another 100 yards in a creek in the way. Hopefully we get there without spooking him. We'll see. You went to the deep spot.
Alright, let's go. Was a good time. Paul and I are in this super thicket where we just saw the big buck that we're chasing. It's super quiet in here. We're just literally just still hunting our way through here. Stopping every once in a while, hitting the grunt call a few times. Sure enough, there comes one right in. He was coming in fine, but he was a small buck. But we're hoping our big one's up here, so come on, join us.
Dude, that rattled him right into.
Dude, that was exciting. I mean, that buck had been within 10 yards, man. We crashed those horns. He came flying around. We just been grunting in here. Oh, man. This is Bowhunt, boys, right here. This is the real stuff. We gotta work on this. Being able to shoot behind us, dude. Both times now. that downwind. We need, especially when we got a creek on our side, we need to use it to our favor. You know, that's twice now where they're tight to the creek. Good buck. Good shoot.
I think that's that one that was down here below us.
I don't know. I don't think so. Rubbing that tree. There's two of them. 2 bucks. What a day here, the first day in Wyoming. Me and Paul have been having a blast together. We have rattled in some great deer. We've had some close encounters today. I mean, just an absolute blast. Right now, we got a pretty sweet situation. We've got a buck that we've rattled in twice. He's actually up here on the horizon now. And then we've got a decent shooter here, right here in front of us. So we're going to go ahead and just go for broke. We're going to go ahead and do some rattling, see if we can pull this one down. We're running out of daytime, so why not? Let's do it.
Matt.
I still got him. We got him. He is down. That is what I'm talking about. Wyoming, baby. On the ground, Paulie.
Good work.
What was that, a blast or what? It worked.
Dude, you just smoked him.
Smoked him 20 yards. Oh, dude, that is what I am talking about, dude. That's what we wanted to do. I mean, dude, we were nice and patient.
Oh, no.
You know, I didn't go to full draw right away. I'm about ready to lose. Get over here.
Dude, that was awesome. Dude, he just freaking smoked that hill.
Oh, that is what I am talking about right there. I mean,
Absolutely.
come on,
Yeah.
guys. First day in Wyoming. I mean, the day started off horrible. Both Paul and I were so unprepared. I mean, we were freezing by 8 o'clock. We decided to just get down, be smart, do some shaking and moving, and I'll tell you what, it paid off. Man, it's a great Wyoming buck on the ground, right over there, still with some daytime. You know what? Let's go. Let's go get him. Guys, when you think about taking a trip and going somewhere different, you know what? Paul and I actually agreed. We were having such success today that we were going to basically just keep doing this for the next couple of days. And we were like, if we're going to do something, we're going to do something different. And Paul's like, yeah, we want to top Justin. Look at us here. Look at it. Look up on the horizon.
Oh, no.
Look at this place. I mean, just stop and take a look around this place. Look at this. It's just gorgeous.
Jay-Z was right. You are shooting good with that sucker.
Oh, dude, I tell you, I'm not kidding around. I love this thing. So here we got blood here. There's blood there. Blood there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look, already.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh.
perfect. Look at this here. It's spraying out both sides, here and there. Alrighty. Oh, I'll tell you right now, that is the second buck with that DK4 right there.
Full pass through.
Oh,
Looks
man.
like double lung.
Good blood. My Rampage Black Eagle arrow. And the best part of all, we saw him go down. We know right where he is. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. We're running out of light. We want to be able to get a couple nice photos before we lose this light. So we're not going to follow this blood trail all the way. We know where he's laying. We know we got the arrow. We got blood. Come on, let's go see this buck. That was a blast. Oh man, what a
Dude, he's smoking.
Oh, there is blood everywhere. Nice buck. Nice.
Oh yeah, beautiful eight.
Nice. Wyoming. Pass through.
So that's the entrance right there?
No, dude, it destroyed him. That was just a fantastic hunt here. First day in Wyoming. I mean, Paul and I have been shaking and rocking and rolling together today, guys. I mean, we have been on the ground, grunting, rattling, rolling, creeping, sneaking, whatever you want to call it. We have pulled in over 4 bucks today, just come charging in. I mean, I don't know if the moon was just aligned right or what, but we had him just charging in. This buck here we saw up on this hillside. He was tending these 2 does. Honestly, we didn't think he was going to come down, but I'll tell you what we did. We started breaking some sticks. We learned a really valuable lesson about making sure we could shoot that downwind side because we kind of screwed up 2 other bucks. But I'll tell you, we got snuggled in there. We broke some sticks. We crashed those antlers together, and I tell you what, he came running right in. For a second there, both Paul and I were like, this is going to be close. But I'll tell you, we just kept our cool, and we were able to basically get him within 20 yards, made a great shot. We saw him crash on film. I don't know what more you can ask for him. Just a great Wyoming experience. Nice buck. Had a ton of fun with somebody that I've been wanting to hunt with for a long time. Paul, thank you for being able to help me with this. I mean, what a hunt. I don't know what more you can say. That was a dream hunt right there. I mean, being able to grunt, snort, wheeze. We pulled it all off today, and it worked. Justin got his buck, which is exciting as heck. The goal was, if me and Justin tagged out, well, we wanted to get Brando on his first maybe doe and also Brad on a doe. So we'll see how that goes. But for right now, I am just tickled pink with this great Wyoming whitetail. It's beautiful.
Well, Mr. Graf coming through with another perfect shot in the clutch right there, huh?
I don't even talk like that because I don't want to get all.
Come on.
I don't want to like.
Sometimes when you make a good shot, you gotta feel good.
Dude, we went over this last week or whenever it was when we launched the new bow. I'm telling you, I'm shooting that thing good.
All right.
Just stick with that. That's all I'm saying.
I will say, for me, the coolest part about Wyoming, and I think we got to see this in Todd's hunts more than mine, was rattling in deer. Here in the Midwest.
I thought you were going to say missing that one that you missed first.
That wasn't the best part of my hunt.
That was good. That was for me because it would have made it a lot harder if I was looking one for bigger than what you got.
That was a night. You should have seen the mule deer that walked by us, but we didn't have mule deer tags. But in any case, like just being out there and rattling in deer, like for me here in Illinois, like rattling seems to work kind of like 1 out of every 20 times I rattle.
Maybe 1 out of 100.
Or 100, a deer comes in. I'm telling you, we rattled in 4 to 6 bucks at least, minimum, like every day that we hunted. Like I almost legitimately got ran over by a little 1.5-year-old buck. I rattled, and I wasn't even done rattling. He came running out of the brush straight in front of me and almost ran me over. Like it is the coolest thing. Like if you haven't tried like that Western hunting where there's just a lot of deer and seeing how they react to calling, like that for me was the coolest part of the trip.
And I'll be honest with you, Justin. I know we were goofing around. We're always goofing around. You know that once you sent the picture of the one that you got, me and Paul, like we got to get one bigger. I mean, we're goofing around because honestly, the other 2 bucks that came charging in on us, I was fully engaged and I was going to shoot either one of those 2 deer purely because of the experience. I mean, I'm sorry, but when you get to grab your antlers, crank them together, and literally within minutes, seconds sometimes, you're throwing them down, you're grabbing your, whoa! I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, it was a ton of fun. It just worked out to where that bigger one actually cooperated.
Sure.
Otherwise, and I'll tell you, guys, I say it in the video, you know, gosh, as much as I was so excited to get that deer, it would have been awesome to try to do that for 2 more days just to keep learning because there's so much is happening. You're learning so much. How to rattle, how much to rattle, when to hit those. grunt tubes. We were breaking limbs there on the final one and making it sound like we were doing a scrape. I mean, we started just doing all those different things. And the biggest thing that we learned, the first 2 bucks we would have killed if we would have been prepared to shoot our downwind side. Because, man, they can pinpoint you, and, dude, they come in that downwind so fast. If we could have shot the downwind side, those 2 other bucks that were smaller, we would have killed them.
Happened on my hunt was that's why Dustin set up behind me where he did, because earlier in the morning when we rattled, every single one of those bucks tried to come to the downwind side of us.
Yeah.
So Dustin's setup actually, I don't know, further upwind or whatever. I forget exactly how we did it, but we planned to thinking if he rattles here, these deer are going to try to circle downwind, so I'm going to try to cut them off. And, I was fortunate enough, I got to tote the camera around for a couple days and follow Dustin for the next 3 days, really, after that. And we hunted and we rattled in a bunch of deer. And we kept doing that same thing where the guy rattling was 15, 20 yards away from the guy who was hunting. And it almost worked out really, really well for us. So, yeah, I mean, that was a very, very cool hunt, guys. We say it every time we go out west, we say it. If you haven't been out there, you have to try it at least one time. It is an awesome experience. So thanks for watching our Western adventures. Todd and I are back in Illinois now, trying to kill some Midwestern bucks before the season
trophy
ends.
does. I mean, I'm the one who has been on you guys to get this contest started. I have not shot one. I was fully engaged last night to shoot one, and it was just too. It was too dark. I had one, but it was the footage had been terrible. I was like, yeah.
Fair enough. Well, guys, next up we're going to jump into trophy photos and check out this week's submissions.
Bill Rutledge,
Brent Stringer,
Drew Crosser,
Dylan Milholland,
Jacob McBee,
and Jake Netta.
Hey guys, as always, these are some great photos, but this week, Jake from Wisconsin kicked some butt here. I think he's been listening to us for sure because
great buck.
That is a great buck.
Great
photo. No blood. Can see the bow, guys. That's a good photo. Take notes.
So congratulations, Jake. Make sure you get your information to us. We will get your HS and buck bomb sent away, prize pack sent out to you ASAP.
Speaking of buck bombs, real quick.
Yes, sir.
Brandon's going to throw up a photo of that big buck that just hit my buck bomb setup. Oh, man. And I wasn't in the stand.
I'll give everybody a little tip. If you're using the buck bomb sprays, I gave a can to Dustin when we were setting up one morning, and he'd never used it before. He took the top off, and he thought it was a top spray, like you spray it down and it would come out, but it comes straight out the top and it's got like a tab on the side, so when he pressed it, it went all over his hand. So just make sure you are familiar with the dispenser method of your deer urine before you go use one in the dark and spray your hands with deer pee. Dustin smelled like deer pee all morning.
Hey, that could have been a good luck
in the
charm.
stand.
Maybe that's why you guys did so good.
We saw a lot of bucks. I'm going to say that. Unfortunately, El Dusto's shooting was just a smidge off. We will have that episode coming up here before too long. So thanks to everybody for tuning in to today's episode of Bowhunt or Die. Got a lot more great content lined up for you in coming weeks, so keep tuning in. We'll see you next time. Action. Oh, Mr. Sorry. Go ahead.